Hey again, we learned routing and pages in the last video. Now let's learn layouts. At the end of this video, you will learn everything you need to create and use Svelte layouts. Now, in almost all web applications, we want elements like navigation bars and footers to be visible on every page, or in many pages at least. So how do we do that? Of course, we can put the elements inside every page, but this results in duplicating the element in every page, which is very bad practice because the elements won't be reusable, and if you want to modify it, we will have to do the change in every page. So to solve this problem, which is the problem of repeating the same elements in every page, we can put the elements in a layout. And the layout is the second type of special SvelteKit files that I told you about in the last video, which you can find in here by clicking on this suggested card. For example, let's create a navigation bar that will be visible in every page. So to do this, we create a plus layout file in the root route so that it becomes visible to all the child routes. Now let's create the navigation bar with our routes. Notice that we are using the slot tag. This is a requirement for every plus layout.svelte file, which is to include this tag. This tag is a placeholder for the page content. So whenever a page is rendered, it will have this at the header, then it will render the page itself. So let's save this and see the results. And as you can see here, we have a navigation bar with home, about, and portfolio. So now we can easily navigate in our application. Notice that in every page that we are visiting, the navigation bar is still visible. It doesn't disappear, and this is because it's a layout which is included in every page. Also, notice that SvelteKit uses the anchor tag instead of a framework-specific link tag. Now, if we create a portfolio details route, so we add a details route here, then add a page to the new route, and put a heading. Then if you go ahead and create a new layout inside the portfolio route here, then this layout will only be visible to the portfolio page here, but also to any child pages of portfolio, which is the portfolio details page in this case. However, this layout page won't be visible to the about page or to the root page. It will only be visible to portfolio and its children. So in the layout, if you put just a heading saying my portfolio, and of course never forget the slot. And if I remove my portfolio heading in the portfolio page and then check the browser, and then we go to portfolio, we see that my portfolio is here, which is this time coming from the layout and not from the page. So my portfolio is coming from this layout, so it's visible to this portfolio page. And then it appends the stocks. So here are the stocks, and here is my portfolio coming from the layout. But also if we visit portfolio/details, then we see there is the my portfolio coming from the layout, but also the portfolio details page. So the portfolio details page has the portfolio details, which is this part. Then the layout has the my portfolio, which is this part, and then we have the navbar, which is at the root layout. So to recap, the root layout is visible to all pages, and then specific routes layouts are only visible to the route and its child pages, and each layout inherits the layout above it. So in this case, the portfolio layout inherits the root layout. Now, just like a page can have a page.ts that exports a load function to load the page data, layouts also can have a layout.ts to load the layouts data by exporting a load function. So let's go ahead in the portfolio route and create a layout.ts. And here let's export a load function. So in this load function, I'm just returning a title. Now we can get this data in the layout page. We can do this by creating a script tag. Then in the script tag, we can export a data field, just like we did in the page.ts. And let's log the title from the data. Now if you go to the browser, then go to the portfolio route, we see that the title is logged in the console. Now the difference between a page load and a layout load is that the data returned from a layout's load function is available to all of its child pages. So not only it's available to the portfolio page in here, it's also available to the details page. So if you go to portfolio page and then log the data.title. So if we go to portfolio, we see that portfolio layout data is logged, but also if we visit details, we see that portfolio layout data is logged twice, and we can see on the right where it's logged from. So the first one is logged from the layout.svelte and the other one is logged from the page.svelte. This layout svelte is the portfolio layout, and this page is from the details page, which is this one, the log of this one, and this one. And to run the layouts load function in the server only, we can rename the layout.ts file to layout.server.ts and then change the layout load type to layout server load. But I don't need this in this tutorial, so let me get rid of this layout load function and remove the log from the layout.svelte as well, because we don't have data anymore since we deleted the load function of the layout. Now that you are an expert in Svelte layouts, in the next video you will be an expert at error files.